The SR120 and SR150 single rotor Mazda engine conversions that Duncan Aircraft furnishes for kit builder. This is the single rotor 150. The water pump in this area is from aluminum. It's a Ford racing pump. We make the adapter. On down below we can see the little red unit with the trigger for the ignition, and there's a timing disc underneath. It's mounted on the crankshaft for the crankshaft triggered ignition. We have a 6.5 pound alternator that puts out 35 amps. We go on up and we see the dual spark plug assembly. We have dual spark plugs in all the engines for full dual ignition. And this is the electron throttle body. We'll get a better shot of it from the other side in a few moments. This is a low pressure fuel injection and is very effective. We have mixture control unit. This is the propeller hub and drive. Uses a Uniroyal style HTV cog belt. This is the front of the drive unit, the propeller hub, the mounting plate. All around here we see the intake manifold. Here we'll zoom in on the starter motor. And right below it is the oil injection pump. And here's our intake runners for the fuel injection. And here we can see a little better view of the throttle body. This also shows our starter mount and the starter motor. Here's another view of the water pump. We drive the water pump with a 1/2 inch wide cog belt. It's positive drive like a chain, but yet it requires no maintenance. And a side product, the bearings in the water pump and alternator last about 4 times longer. Another view of the prop drive. Those full pressure oiling runs around 70 to 75 pounds oil pressure when the engine is hot. In full water cooling, you run a mixture of 50% antifreeze and 50% water. You can run as much as 80% antifreeze, but not beyond that mix. Antifreeze then becomes too thick, too heavy to pump, and the engines will actually run hotter on a 100% antifreeze mix.
Duncan from Duncan Aircraft. We have this little short tape to explain the operations of the 120 horsepower and 150 horsepower single rotor Mazda engine conversion that we manufacture for small aircraft, and also can be used in helicopters and boats. This section of the tape showing the engine starting and running without the prop drive hooked up is to demonstrate that the engine can be started and run without the propeller or without a flywheel for boat or helicopter operations. Or if you're wanting to tune the engine in your hangar and you don't want to be running the propeller and blowing dirt and air all around you in the hangar, or the danger of someone walking into the propeller while you're doing some minor operations on the engine, it can be run for a fairly long time until the temperature got up to its upper limits, which is in the operations book of about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You could also test if your cooling system is pressurizing, or if you've been working on the oil system, to make sure that your oil cooler and its plumbing were not leaking. So this gives you a lot more versatility with this engine, and also being water cooled, you can have a separate heater in the cabin for heating the cabin and defrosters on the windshield, much like you had in your car, but it would be much safer because you wouldn't have the exhaust muff, heat muff that could get a crack and get carbon monoxide poisoning. With the pressure gauge on the cooling system, you can see if the cooling system is pressurized enough, or if you're flying and the pressure gauge showed a drop in pressure, you would have pre-warning of an emergency fixing to happen. You would have extra margin of time before the engine overheated for you to find an emergency landing strip and get the airplane down safely without destroying your engine. The engine in this demonstration has a simple low pressure fuel injection with a mixture control, and the tape demonstrates the ease of starting. The brief little start we made there with the engine with no prop drive demonstrates running the engine totally out of fuel, and then within about 6 revolutions the engine had fully primed the system back up and started and ran, and then was shut down with the use of the mixture control like a full-size airplane. With this system, we don't have any formation of carburetor ice. The ignition system is a Maui race car type ignition system with infrared light beam triggering, and has full dual ignition to 2 spark plugs in each chamber. So we have duplication on the items that are likely to fail, a coil or a spark plug, but the infrared unit and its transformer will run indefinitely after they run through the first 15 minutes of burn-in time. The engines are all test run at our facility, and they have from 1.5 hours to 2 hours of run time. So if there would be a failure of these electronic components, they would fail in the first 15 minutes of the run-in time, and that we would detect. But so far, out of nearly 300 of the units, we've not had a failure on any of the components. It's been a very dependable, very reliable system, and the whole unit weighs less than 2 pounds for the whole ignition system. But to get that much firepower on magnetos, you'd have to have 4 magnetos and a total weight of about 35 to 40 pounds. These engines are very long life. They have about 3,000 hours between overhauls. It would cost approximately $500 US to overhaul a single rotor, and about $750 to overhaul a dual rotor Mazda conversion. The crankshafts are precision balanced on a Stuart Warner digital crankshaft balancer down to under 1 gram. So both the static and dynamic balance are taken down as fine as possible on the modern machines. The crankshafts run on perfect true centers, and we see as much as 10 you have virtually no vibration on your airframe. And vibration is the major cause of a lot of components breaking and failing prematurely. We make coolant radiators and oil coolers from Harrison air conditioner cores that are originally built for 500 pounds pressure. We test the radiators and the cores back up to 50 pounds on the coolant cores and 150 pounds on the oil coolers. We've tried a number of different radiators over the years, and these are the most compact and most efficient. The coolant radiators only weigh 5 pounds each because they're made out of aluminum, and they reject the most BTUs of heat for the given weight. We sell these for the different installations. They are an option. It's not a required item, but it would save you a lot of money and a lot of trial and error of running around trying to find suitable radiators. These are very compact. We manufacture steel tube motor mounts from the airframe to the engine to adapt these type engines into various home builds. We currently are making motor mounts for Murphy Rebels, Kit Fox, and the Pelican, and 28 other home builds. Should you have a new model of an aircraft that we are not making those, we can take the engineering data, do the engineering, and make a jig and design a motor mount for your particular airplane. We offer 250-hour warranty, or 1 year from the time that you start running the engine in your aircraft, on your taxi test and your first flight. The warranty does not start as soon as you purchase the engine. It starts from the time you start running the engine on your installation. We have also good factory support on the backup of parts. Most of the parts can be acquired through outside suppliers, but we also can supply the parts to you and can ship in 1 day from your phone call. We can be reached at 604 area code. The number is 594-7300. If you have any questions or want to talk with us, we will be happy to give you technical assistance.